James,
You're starting out strong, James.
You muted there.
What the
You know
hell?
what?
I was muted on StreamYard.
Same thing that happened with the recording the other night.
Yeah, but this is live.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Good
okay.
job.
No problem this time.
I don't know what happened. I looked over. I made sure I wasn't muted on my audio board, and the next thing I know, I'm muted on StreamYard. And I didn't even click anything. All right, so let me try this again. This time with a little less errors. Welcome once more to the Knights of the Smith Dinner Table actual play production of Altered Morality, a necessary evil tale. Brought to you by, of course, as you saw the logo earlier, Poppets Coffee. If you love great coffee, head on over to poppetscoffee.com. Get you some of the best unburnt beans in the business. Yes, they do not burn their beans like certain mermaid brands. And yeah. Nate, you can actually go to the 2nd Street Market and pick it up every Saturday.
Ooh, cool.
Just tell him James sent you. He'll know who it is. Anyway, as I was saying, we come back once again to have this nice little tale of a bunch of not so moral folks who have to save the world. You know, when nobody's left, you got to rely on that evil, even if it is necessary. Still one of John's lines. Is he even watching yet? I have no idea. All right. So when last we left our vile group of villains, they had found, of all things, a chamber that has a Lazarus machine in it. And they now know that of the 4 villains that they have, 3 of them can now safely run into danger and maybe even get killed. And they can bring back 1 person. Unfortunately, American Eagle is a little out of luck because he's not a person. He's an eagle. I mean, Dr. Fate apparently didn't think that the animal versions of supervillains and heroes needed a reanimation chamber. But they were continuing on their path to meet with Ironhead Tony, the leader of the Red Hand, which is the largest mob or gang in the New York Cordon, where all of these supervillains and normal people are being held hostage by the alien invaders. Excuse me. So we're going to pick up with them making their way through town. I'm going to do a quick card draw to see if anything random happens. And that's going to be a no. And so that way you guys know we have the actual Necessary Evil action deck with all of the beautiful artwork. It comes as part of the Necessary Evil box set. If you go to pegging.com, you can pick up a copy of it either in PDF or physical format, and you will be spending your money well because you get a metric ton of stuff inside of any of Pinnacle's box sets. All right, that's enough shilling for the host, right?
I think so.
I'll buy some snake oil.
Oh, it's not snake oil.
I know.
I just like 2 days ago, I just backed their latest product. The 3rd release for Deadlands Lost Colony. First, we got to fight war. Then we got to fight pestilence. Now, it was war then famine. Now it's pestilence. So I look forward to seeing what's going to happen inside that adventure. And maybe someday we'll start over a Lost Colony campaign once everything is out and life doesn't kick me right in the bits again like it did when we were first running it. Anyway, so you guys make your way to Midtown, where the Red Hand holds sway. And of all the places in the New York Cordon, it is probably, even though it's run by a rather notorious gang, it is probably the most civilized section of New York. As you make your way in, the sun has begun setting. It's getting a little darker. The fire barrels are going up and lighting things up. The occasional street light is still working. And Midtown is not showing any signs of slowing down. So what would you guys like to do? As I take a sip of my coffee.
Is there anyone that looks important in the area that we can talk to?
I mean, I'm here, but I'm always here, so.
Concertina seeing like more people than usual, like lifts herself up and she's just basking in the glow of being surrounded by her adoring fans.
I mean, that's fair.
Cinder's amused by Concertina's posturing.
Definitely peacocking.
All right.
I need to look at some
So you're
notes.
looking around to see if you can find anybody who looks halfway important, Weaver.
Yeah.
Give me a notice check.
Okay.
Yeah, first roll.
First roll of the night.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay.
Let's make Jody proud.
And not
I
Yeah,
would
Chris,
like
yeah.
to not make Jody proud. I'm sorry. No offense, Jody.
I don't think she'll love you anymore if you don't make her proud, Cece.
I don't.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it, because I will hold it over your head every time we're around her.
Hey, look at that. I got a 7.
All right. Weaver got a 7. Was anybody else taking a look? Because I heard some other dice rolling.
I had not rolled yet. This was notice roll.
Yes. Straight up. No modifiers.
Let's see what the dice do to me tonight. Oh, that's a 4. Let's roll that P4 again.
Why did it do that?
I got a 7 as well.
You're just pressing too many buttons, James.
I went to type in chat, and it's like it's like my computer is possessed tonight, and that's really weird because my computer has been amazing lately. All right, so what did Cinder get?
A 7 as well.
A 7 as well. All right. So as you guys are looking around, you notice a few other folks that look they look kind of like your typical thug, but not real. I mean, they kind of seem to stand above everybody else. Oh yeah, that's a fair assessment, Crypt. Unfortunately, I couldn't understand their accents. They keep telling me their name is John, but it sounds like they're calling from Calcutta. I made that as inoffensive as possible. For some
Anyway.
reason, they want access to my computer.
Oh my.
All right. So anyway, you see some guys who look like they might be like the street level leaders.
Okay.
And as you, I assume you're going to pick one to approach.
Well, first, what are they doing, and like what is surrounding them?
I'm going to go ahead and roll your guys' roll ahead. Most of them keep 2 or 3 of the red hand thugs close by.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that you see because the vast majority of the people in the mall area here, and that's the best way to call it, is a mall area, kind of a post-apocalyptic style mall, are normal humans. The vast majority of them are. And so you guys stand out like the proverbial sore thumb. I mean, like, there's no doubt that you're a bunch of supers. You got an eagle walking around sporting a pair of pistols. You got a lady with 4 arms. I mean, so yeah, you definitely stand out, and you notice that all of the Red Hand thugs and the higher level enforcers are definitely keeping an eye on the 4 of you. And every once in a while, they speak into their little handheld radios.
Oh, they're speaking into their handheld radios? Okay. Just thinking for a minute.
That's dangerous. Did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Anyway,
Well, if there's not a clear direction, American Eagle's impulsive, so he's just going to go straight up to the nearest thug and go, "I need to talk to your manager."
Does Weaver notice them speaking into their like walkie-talkies?
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you.
I finally figured out how to get to my notes.
So Weaver's going to go up to one of the guys that's talking into his walkie-talkie.
Okay. Well, while you were there trying to decide what to do, American pulls the best Karen move ever. Oh, John's here.
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
And just walks straight up to one and immediately demands to see the manager. And this guy, he looks like your typical street tough that you would see in the mafia in New York. I mean, he's fairly well dressed, considering the types of clothes that you can get in a. Oh yeah. Hey, Cece. Look at what John just said.
I'm keeping it PG-13, okay? I'm being very in control of my impulses tonight, okay?
So
we're the whole 13 minutes in and she hasn't cussed yet.
I mean, that's valid. That's valid. So
I'm trying so hard.
American, you walk up.
Making me crazy, so I had to go.
And you look up at this guy, and he looks down at you and says, "What you want?"
Oh, also, in case I hadn't pointed it out sooner, American speaks telepathically. So whenever he talks, the voice is echoing in their heads, not so much in their ears. So I just go, "I need to speak to your manager."
Which manager? There's like 3 ahead of me.
Well, the highest one, obviously.
You want to talk to Ironhead Tony?
That would save a lot of time.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm going to lead a bunch of supers in to see Tony.
Okay, well, fine. Who can you lead me to?
What's it worth to you?
Freedom.
Your head if it's all the same.
And he points up right at the Cordon's shield. Does it look like any of us are free in here?
Well, your continued freedom in whatever limited capacity you got going on here.
Are you threatening me?
I don't make
and
threats.
As he says that, you hear a few dozen guns make the wonderful noise of being racked for action.
As I continue, I make promises.
Oh, God.
And I'll step up behind him and let my hair just say it all.
What? You goons think we're scared of you? We got
No.
armor-piercing rounds. We got lots more
No,
of
but
us
you
than you
should
got.
be.
Yeah.
Look,
Sweetheart. Sure, whatever
Look,
you say.
we came to talk. We need somebody to talk to, and you're obviously not the person they need to talk to. So can we move it along?
And like I said, what's it worth to you?
Oh yeah, you humans with your monies. I'll look at whoever I'll look at Concertina. She seems like the team money bag. Or at least the one with the concept of monetary worth.
I will walk up to this phone. Do you know who I am?
Which corner you work, sweetheart?
Oh, no, darling, I played some of the biggest theaters in this city. I'm sure your boss would be very upset to hear that you've turned me away.
I mean, some of them.
I mean, I've seen better. Come on, get to the point. What do you want?
As our eagle has said, we have business.
Yeah, you
That
should muzzle
means-
that guy.
Well, he speaks telepathically. How do you muzzle that?
I don't know. 45 might work.
Look, what we're looking for is a map of the underground.
Oh, see?
Sender's tired of all
We
the.
got one smart one amongst you. Jeez, these supers and their holier than thou attitudes. Anyway,
I'm not a super. Far from it.
you got powers?
Not a superhero.
I didn't say you were a superhero. You're a super. Superhero, supervillain, same thing. Just depends on what they drink in the morning.
Oh, darling, you're super to me.
Yeah,
Uh,
sorry, sweetheart. You're not my type.
Oh,
Anyway,
what would you
so you
like an
want the
autograph?
map of the underground. That means you want to talk to Ironhead Tony.
yes. That's
As
what
I
our
said
bird
before.
friend said.
Like I said, it would save a lot of time. I think we found a slow one.
As I was saying, what's it worth to you to be able to meet with Tony?
What's it take to meet with Tony?
You tell me, I'll tell you if he approves it.
Sender looks at the ones that usually do the bargaining. She's the blunt one. She's the one that looks intimidating most of the time.
You all kind of get the feeling that they're so used to dealing with superpowered people that at least the Red Hand is not impressed. And a quick look around, and you're quickly able to determine that if you got in a fight, you might win, but you're going to hurt afterwards.
Well, I have exactly $0 on me, and I don't eat the Nutri bars that get dropped unless I have to. So I don't really have a bargaining chip except for Stars and Stripes.
Can I do something?
Sure.
So, oh, you're looking for money? Is that what we're going for?
Did I
She
say
asked the guy.
money? I use money to wipe my butt in the morning.
Well, resources, you know what I
Right.
mean.
No, you said money. Say what you mean. That gets you farther than alluding to crap.
He's right. You did.
That's true. Do you want resources or not?
Depends. What kind of resources you talking about?
Okay, so can I use my illusion to make it look like I have a sack of like ration bars?
Sure, you can attempt that.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to remember.
That would be a focus roll.
Yes. Okay. I'm like trying to remember, like switch gears in my brain to which game I'm playing. Sorry. Okay. Focus is 10. Alrighty. One sec. Let's see. It looks like I got an 11.
Nice try, lady. And he reaches out and he sticks his hand right through the bag.
She
Yeah.
kind of just like storms to the back of the group with her arms,
Look.
with at least one set of arms crossed.
Here's the deal. Tony doesn't need things. Tony has plenty of things. Tony needs favors. Now, if you can tell me why you would be able to provide the types of favors that Tony needs, then we'll see if he wants to speak with you.
Napalm does this and just lets napalm bubble in her palms.
Oh.
This kind of favor?
Make a persuasion test with a -2.
Again, it's a D4. Let's see how my D4s treat me tonight.
At least everybody has persuasion.
Mhm.
It's not something I spend anything on.
One of the few
but
things.
I do better at intimidation things. My dice are being nice.
Oh, we like nice dice.
All right.
There's an
That's what I'm
11.
thinking, the witch fire dice. An 11. He says, okay. Tell you what. I'll take you. I'll take the forearm check. She had some chutzpah trying to trick me with an illusion. I'll give her that. And I'll even take your street corner friend here. But you, and he points right at American, the boss doesn't like animals.
Everyone's a critic.
John makes a very, very valid point.
Well, you do look like the Muppet.
All right.
All I gotta say is, me taking action. I got you in. You're welcome. And I'll just slowly back away.
Just Weaver kind of gives him like a sarcastic thumbs up. Sure you did.
You're welcome.
All right. So this guy, you notice that as he's doing that, as he's listening to you and everything, he had his radio in his hand the whole time. And then you notice he takes his finger off the transmit button and he listens for a moment and says, pushes the button again and says, okay, boss, I'll send him in. Leave your weapons here with your friend.
Weapons?
I hand Eagle my knuckles. That's the only weapon I can not carry with me. I mean, this kind of goes everywhere.
Very well. And Weaver hands over her gun, her Glock.
Okay.
Mom and Dad told me about this kind of stuff.
And after that, they lead you deeper into Midtown. And they eventually take you into some tunnels and then back out. And it takes almost an hour. It's almost like they're taking great pains not to let you know exactly where you're going inside this section of town. And then finally, you, from the basement parking garage, you get in an elevator. And you're not sure which floor it is you get off because the indicator has been smashed, most likely intentionally. And you're led out into an opulent waiting room. And almost immediately, you are taken back into a very nice looking office where you see a gentleman sitting behind a desk. And this is that gentleman. Very well dressed, very handsome. Definitely has the stereotypical stereotypical wise guy appearance to him.
Anthony, darling, what an honor it is for you to see me. You really need to teach your thugs some manners.
First off, my name ain't Anthony. It's Ironhead Tony. Flattery gets you nowhere with me.
Wasn't trying to flatter, darling. I was just trying to be a little more civil.
She's
You're in the
just
wrong
that
town to be
way.
civil. Definitely in the wrong town to be civil. Did you ever not go to New York before the Cordon? We weren't civil then. Why would we be civil now?
He's got a point.
Have a seat. Now, see, we're going to have a little discussion. I believe that you come here looking for something that only I can provide you. You're looking for a map of the underground as it stands currently, correct?
That we are.
Yes.
I'm looking for someone to deal with a problem.
What kind of problem?
One that you people are probably best suited for. You see, back in the early days of the war, one of my guys, he managed to
Had the same thought.
I was so tempted to say something, but someone
Right.
beat me to it, it seems.
so you see, one of my guys, I just recently brought him in. One Carlos Ragsdale. Have you heard of him? And you guys can give me common knowledge rolls if you'd like.
I would, yes.
Everything we're rolling tonight's a D4.
Oh, John's heard of Carlos.
I got a 5.
A 5 for Weaver.
All right, again, new at this. I rolled max on both of my dice. Which do I re-roll? Do I re-roll them?
Reroll them both.
Oh,
Reroll
wait, I
them
forgot I got a 4, so I have to roll again. I forgot how acing works, apparently. I have
Right.
an 8, actually.
An 8 for Weaver.
14.
14 for Cinder.
So, I guess a 12? Yes.
And a 12 for Concertina. So yeah, you guys all know who Carlos Ragsdale is. He apparently was a guy who managed to get into a fight with the legendary superhero, the Owl. And not only did he get in a fight with the Owl, he iced him. He put the Owl down hard. Think back to what happened if you've seen it, The Boys, when they took on the invisible guy. And you remember what he did to him, and suddenly boom, he was gone. Yeah, very similar.
Oh,
Carlos
ooh.
iced the Owl.
Ooh, that's not a fun way to go.
John,
Nice,
I hate
John.
you right now. And shortly after that, you do know that the Red Hand picked up Carlos and gave him a job. But you haven't heard much about him since then. Word on the street, though, is that the Owl's former sidekick, a kid who used to be called Raven, and now instead goes by the named Nevermore is looking to get a little bit of payback for his one time what's the word I'm looking for? It's not protege. That was the first word that popped into mind, but
Mentor.
Thank you. Some days my brain doesn't work.
Yeah, I get
Most days mine doesn't, but
No, John, not sidekick. Raven was the sidekick. And word on the street is that Nevermore wants Carlos something fierce. And when
as
Tony
would we all in that situation.
sees that look in your guys' eyes, as you guys all instantly recognize the name, Tony's like, I see that you do know who he is. Good.
Yeah, big fan of his work.
John is he really
Pushing it tonight.
John is channeling his
Derailing.
inner Ronnie.
Oh my god.
Anyway, as I was trying to say, he says, so Nevermore's been giving us some issues. You see, he's been trying to get to Carlos. Carlos obviously doesn't want to be got, and I'm trying to decide if he's really worth the effort of protecting. But I figured this. We can kill two birds with one stone.
Ba-dum-bum.
You want them both dead?
Carlos, I don't care. But it would look bad if Nevermore got a hold of him while he was in my employ. What I want you to do is to bring me the head of Nevermore. Yes, literally, his head. I want it. On a platter, if you'd like. I'm tired of him killing my capos.
Like John the Baptist? And Cinder looks just confused.
No, I want his head.
Yeah, John the Baptist head got served on a platter.
Oh. See, that I've never been a very religious guy.
Not sure why I know that.
You want to talk about a bigger swindle than what I put out on the streets. Back before the Cordon, those church guys really had it going.
Maybe that's why I know that. One of those corner guys.
Anyway, you bring me the head of the Raven, or Nevermore as he calls himself now. I will give you my copy of the map.
And do you have any information on this Nevermore? On where they're found? Anything like that?
You can find him here in New York.
I think
Very
we knew
descriptive.
that already.
I mean, I'm hiring you to find him and kill him. Why should I do all the work for you?
Would any of us have any idea where he might hang out?
Give me a common knowledge roll at a -4.
Oof.
I'm gonna try that roll too.
Same.
-4? Okay.
Almost. 3. And I ain't spending a penny on it.
11.
11 for Weaver? Is that after the -4?
Oh, not after the -4. Sorry, 7.
Okay.
I had a 6 after the -4.
Weaver and Concertina, you guys don't know where he can be found, but you do know, you got a pretty good idea of how he can be found.
Okay.
I have an idea. Even outside of what you might give us, but go on.
I mean, he wants Carlos. You want him.
Use Carlos as bait. Got it.
That's Carlos' bait. And whether or not he survives, clearly Tony doesn't care.
It's true.
I
I
mean,
don't-
even if we don't want to go find this Carlos guy, I might have a trick up my sleeve for that. Do I know what he looks like?
Carlos?
Mhm.
I mean, everybody kind of knows what he looks like, but you are standing in the office of his boss.
Perchance, do you have a picture of Carlos laying around? Anything like that? Something with his
I'm not
face.
one for taking pictures. Sorry.
Hmm.
He's ugly enough.
That's fair. I've heard as much.
So, you guys want to take this job or no?
I'm not against it.
Sounds like fun.
I'm for it. Let's do it.
Excellent, excellent. All right. So, when you bring me his head, I'll give you the map. Sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Sounds fair.
Excellent. All right. Y'all can leave now. If you need anything else, see Guido. He's the one that you spoke to first. I recommend being nicer to him, though.
I can try.
We tried nice. He didn't really respond to that.
He's like me. He's practical.
Nice schmice. Where does that get you?
Being nicer got you in here, didn't it?
I wasn't any meaner than I usually am.
I would say being practical got us in here. Not too much money.
There you go. See, you make a good point. You can be taught. And I'm going to give you a Benny for that one.
Oh, thank you. You muted again, James.
Yes, I'm sorry. My wife was talking to me.
Oh, okay.
That's understandable.
Right. I mean, nobody has any manners anymore. They didn't offer us drinks or snacks. No one wanted my autograph. What kind of monsters are these?
All right. So you leave Tony's office. You're escorted about in, once again, that very roundabout fashion. I mean, he makes a valid point, John. John definitely makes a valid point. At least he's not trying to derail the show from the sidelines again.
Give it some more time.
So we don't really need help.
Exactly.
We can derail this train all on our own.
I mean, just give me like 5 seconds of talking out of my
Talking out of your what, CC?
I'm gonna stop there because I've been really good.
I am very proud of you. You have kept it PG-13 this entire time.
I know, I'm great like that.
Let me know if you need anything for that chest pain later. All right. So after they guide you back out, and you're back out on the streets of Midtown, where do you guys want to go? What do you guys want to do?
Well,
And
first we want to catch
Eagle
up
is the one who
on
needs you.
what happened.
I don't know that I'm a fan of this anti-avian rhetoric. An owl going after the Nevermore. I mean, just throwing it out there.
They're one of them's a dirty raven. I mean,
I was
ravens
gonna
are
say,
okay.
wouldn't you like to
Yeah,
eat a
I mean,
raven?
nearly
yeah,
as majestic
eagles don't
as
like
the American.
ravens.
I mean, that's true. It's just the general anti-avian
Theme.
yeah going on.
If it helps, they're not actual birds.
It does help. It helps quite a bit. Thank you.
Good.
I just walk up to Mercury. Who wants to kill a dirty raven? Do you? Who's a good boy?
Wow. That yep. So which direction you guys going to take this?
Well, I guess first we need to find Carlos so we can use him as bait.
Are you
That would be
discussing this like within earshot of Guido, or are you taking this to someplace private, or
Hey, Guido,
Here
Yeah.
we go.
know anybody who knows where Carlos or Nevermore is?
Nevermore? No. He's really good at covering his tracks. Otherwise, we would have put paid to him already. He'd have been fitted with a pair of concrete shoes. Carlos, though. I mean, if you really want Carlos, all you got to do is ask nicely.
Oh,
Didn't I
pretty
just
please.
ask
Where is he?
nicely? For me, anyway?
He looks over and he's like, hey, go find Carlos. Drag him out by his ears you have to. You guys wait here. And about 10 minutes later, that guy who he sends off comes back up, got a guy definitely of the same ethnicity as most of the mobsters here. Very Italian looking. And he's being dragged, just like Guido said, by his ear.
By the ear?
And the guy, I mean, he's putting, hey, let go. That hurts. That hurts. Come on, man. And as he gets close, he kind of shoves him really hard. And Carlos hits the ground. And he looks up and he goes, oh. What do you guys want?
Information.
You know, we are 3 ladies and an eagle. Why do we keep getting called guys?
It's a figure of speech.
Who you
Ignore her.
calling a lady? I'll take, what did Mama call it? Umbrage. That's the word. I take umbrage at that.
Well, I apologize then, darling. 2 ladies, a thug, and an eagle.
Can handle that. Fender.
Crypt,
Char.
tell your
was
game
more.
master I gave you a Benny. If he doesn't want to give you a Benny, he can come and have words with me. I'll fight him.
Oh, our furnace is now working. His jacket has got to come off.
Well, darling Carlos, we are here to do you a wonderful favor. We're going to kill Nevermore for you. We just need your help in finding him.
No way. No, I am not leaving Midtown.
Oh,
We didn't
look at
ask.
that. He's scared.
Who said anything about leaving Midtown?
This is
Who
the
said
only
anything
place-
about you coming along willingly?
That too, darling. We didn't ask.
Hey, American, make an intimidation roll.
All right. With my mighty D4 -2. All right, let's see how this goes.
Can I give him some support?
Absolutely.
I step
Jody?
up behind American and I
Jo-
look vicious.
And I'm gonna pause you right there, Jody. I did you proud. Crit fail.
Oh.
You
Jody's
didn't give
actually
me
logged
time
in
to
yet.
do the support roll.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see on the viewers list yet.
Okay, well, when she watches this later for the VOD, I did you proud.
I'm gonna have to clip it.
Mhm.
All right. So He looks at you and he starts laughing. And not only does he start laughing, all of the red hands close by start laughing.
So is what I said going to work? Am I on the good terms here? I got them all laughing. We took them off their guard. Now we jump them. That's the
And
plan,
as
right,
they all
guys?
start laughing, Cinder steps up.
Hmm.
27
I was
on an
gonna ask if you needed
intimidate.
support, but
Who
damn.
are you little weasels laughing at? It better not be my friend.
And let me do a group roll, which they are going to fail. And then Guido gets his roll. He'll be at the -2. Even Guido looks a little nervous when you do that. And Carlos, hey, look, I'm sorry. It just, I mean, look at him. He's an eagle with arms.
And
I'm
he's
sorry.
my
It's funny
friend.
looking.
Why, yada.
He also has a
Nice.
tendency to shoot first and ask later, so maybe don't laugh at an armed eagle.
Now, Carlos, you're going to help us, right?
Yeah. What do you need to know?
You're bait.
And as you say that,
Cinder doesn't know how to be subtle.
you can now smell the semi-liquid beer.
Did he just piss himself?
Oh, I think
No.
he did more than that.
No. And he kind of gulps really loud. And all right. You now have your bait. Is it safe to assume that you're now going to put the word out on the street that you have Carlos and you're looking for a trade or looking for something else?
I used to Guido. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah. I think putting word out that we got Carlo the worm on the hook, and we're looking for a trade or something along local vernacular terms.
Okay. What were you saying, Concertina?
I was going to say I would look to Guido and say, pass the word along the Red Hand to spread the word through the city that Carlos has left your organization and is now running with us.
I'll see what we can do.
I knew somebody else would come up with it.
To get this meeting with Nevermore, it's going to be if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're gonna make this a dramatic task, and I'm trying to decide where I want to put the. How did I lose my
Mind?
Savage World? There it is. My Savage World's core book. I was looking for it, and it wasn't showing up where I thought it was supposed to be. Maybe I should just get the physical books out and be done with it again. All right. So this is a dramatic task. It's going to be a tough one. I just got to look and see how tough it should be. This is going to be a multi-person task. It's going to be a network check. And each round is going to be a whole day of networking.
All right.
It will be it's not a complex. It's going to be a difficult task. So you have 4 rounds to gather 6 task tokens. All right. So as we go into the first round, I'm going to shuffle up the Supers action deck. I'm going to start dealing them out. American has the 9 of spades. Weaver has the 10 of spades. Cinder has the Queen of clubs. And last but not least, Concertina has the King of clubs. Now, for those of you who have never gotten super familiar with Savage Worlds, during a dramatic task, a club means that there's a complication. And no matter what, if they critically, or no, they don't even have to critically fail when a complication comes up. If they fail their roll, the whole dramatic task is failed. So, knowing that, would anybody like to spend a Benny to draw a new card?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Both spend Bennies. I will pull them out of their pile. Concertina got the 7 of diamonds.
Much.
And, sorry. And Cinder got the 3 of spades. So there's no more clubs on the table.
That works.
So coming up first, we have the 10 of spades with the Weaver. Weaver, do you want to use what skill do you want to use to get the word out? It's obviously lean more towards a social skill, so like persuasion, taunt, intimidation type of deal. But if you can give me a good reason on why another skill will work, I will allow it.
I'm actually going to use taunt.
Going to use taunt. All right. And to track my tokens, I'm going to use this die. So, how are you using taunt in this instance?
I'm going to basically go around putting out like taunting like messages through the networks that are spreading the word. Just trying to see if I can go and get on Nevermore's bad side.
All right. Go ahead and give me that taunt test.
I got a 4. I would actually like to use a Benny to reroll that.
All right. You have 2 bennies left.
Okay. Does a 28?
28.
How well does that do?
A 28. All right. That is going to be, let's see, target number of 4. So 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. That is 6 raises. Okay. That's 6 tokens. Over the course of the first day, Weaver is out and she's posting bills. She's talking to people. She is absolutely laying it on thick. To gild the lily, does anybody else wish to continue with their actions?
Yeah, I'm going to contribute by finding paint and on a billboard, going to write never more like forever boring. And then dash Carlos.
So doing a taunt as well?
Yes, also doing a taunt.
All right. And you did have the 9 of spades, so you were up next.
I rolled a mighty 4.
A mighty 4.
Oh, I thought he said 94. I'm like, Jesus.
94. 11D4.
11T4. Wow, that's older than Bilbo. All right. So on the 7, does Concertina still wish to attempt, or does she want to trust that her friends?
Oh, Concertina is absolutely still doing stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the R is backwards on Carlos.
I would say that I would be going anywhere where I know like people kind of gather and talking loudly about how Carlos is running with us now and that you know, not necessarily anything about Nevermore, just trying to spread the word that Carlos is out of the protection of the hand. I'd like to use a performance check. If that's all right.
That's fine.
Do I have any bennies left?
You still have 3 bennies.
I would like to spend a benny to re-roll that.
Fishing for that critical failure, right?
Absolutely. We got an 11.
All right. So that is with a raise. And last but not least, Cinder.
I'm going to wait till the next day.
Okay. So as
I have an idea.
that first day ends, and you make your way back to your lair. You guys, I assume, tie Carlos up so he can't run away in the middle of the night.
That's why I didn't do anything. I spent the day making sure he didn't back down from assisting. Note the quotes
Assisting.
around assisting.
And
we'll take turns babysitting Carlos.
Nah, I got him.
you guys wake up the next
I've got an
morning
idea.
and you head out to start your next day. You open the door, and plastered across the wall, across from your door in the hallway outside your lair, is the words 793 11th Avenue, top floor. And then it's just signed N.
Good job, guys.
I think we got his attention.
Yeah, you guys got 8 total tokens in the first round. I'm thinking,
Good
6
job,
sounds like a
Cece.
fair thing.
It was the best spent Benny. As soon as I saw that ace, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a good one."
See,
And,
leaving notes works, people.
As you guys are processing this and thinking, wow, that didn't take long. That is where we will pick up. Unfortunately, not in 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks, myself, Mabel, and a few others of the Knights of the Smith dinner table are going to be, and a couple of folks from Atomic Ninja Studios are going to be working the Arc and Forge tabletop booth at GaryCon. So if you're out at GaryCon, come and see us, say hi. We're going to have Knights of the Smith dinner table merch there, as well as the Arc and Forge software. Come say hi, buy something. It helps the show. We love selling stuff to people, especially if it's got our logo on it. And we will see you guys in 4 weeks. Until then. Oh, sorry.
I might just have a Knights of the Smith dinner table cup the next time y'all see me.
Yeah.
Ooh,
True story.
fancy.
True story. Remember, everyone, keep it savage, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.